What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today is a wonderful day. Of course, Valentine's Day is a great excuse to spend time with those you love, but as Deepwoken fiends, there's no way we're gonna miss out on an extra gank, hell mode with the boys, or layer 2 loot runs. I mean, to be honest, the deep is calling. What do you expect? Anyway, for this year's Valentine's Day, I'd like to break down and take a look at some very important Deepwoken personality that, you know, is iconic. Today, I'll be looking at Carlia's character and the charisma problems that surround her. In the small town of Etris, an aspiring Adra diver can be found inside one of these houses. This woman's name is Carlia, and she's ready for an adventure in the Mudskipper Caves. Her dialogue is strangely unique and indicates her future use in the Charisma Limit Break quest. Evidently, her charming description, or having her blush, are essential tools to inform the player charisma is important. Like, obviously she's related to charisma, right? Well, to be honest, her quest was not the easiest thing to find out, and I'm surprised how they did this back in the day. Anyway, if you talk to her at the Mudskipper Caves and save her from the Mudskipper with 75 charisma, you uncap that stat. When I say charisma, what's the first thing that you think of? Maybe for some of you, it's using speech in Elder Scrolls to finesse a trade, or maybe it's talking your way out of a sticky situation in the game of Dungeons and Dragons. Even going outside, I know it's pretty tough, and interacting with others, that can be called charisma. Charisma is how you influence people through conversation, in short, your people skills. In Deepwoken quests, communications and lore are important, but it's not the main focus. We have to risk out on losing stats in order to put up with this secondary feature. Whatever you want to call it, Deepwoken, the game we all know and love, tries to adapt charisma into its core gameplay. How well does charisma stand in comparison to all other stats? For instance, strength has a lot of focus around block breaking and stun, resulting in talents and mantras which specialize in this field. As a bonus for this stat, leveling strength increases your armor pen, strength mantra damage, and your overall carry load. It's widely considered one of the best stats in the game for a clear reason. What about charisma? A short description of this stat is the ability to influence others with your personality. I'll get into the focus of this attribute right now, but leveling up charisma grants bonus ether, and that's it. Many of the talents are almost useless for combat interactions, and half the time they take up space in my hands, forcing me to burn them. Honestly, charisma does not need to be strong, but if it's preventing me from getting other stats, like damn, what's the point? One extra horrible card, Under the Radar, requires 60 charisma, and it basically means you're less likely to show up on bounty posters. If you really don't want to have bad rep, you can always reset it, and I guess 1 HP, right? Thanks for the 1 HP. Anyway, the main reason why this is bad is because it requires 60 charisma. There is nothing else that requires 60 charisma. If you're going for other ones, you know, that's 75 or above, but 60 charisma just for this is honestly, like, it's worthless. Another strange card is Last Second Negotiations. When you get gripped, you scream out wait and delay your death. This is not a bad card, but it also has a stat requirement of 70 charisma. At that point, you might as well go 75. There is 0 point just to stop at this. Half of the other cards like Valve Mastery require friends, so if you play solo, there's 0 point in getting these. I strongly believe there should be a quest tied to unlocking Valve Mastery so it doesn't flood our damn card hand when I know I don't have friends to play with. There would be nothing bad about this because the people that want the Valve Mastery will still be able to get it. Well, whatever. Let's just look at the charisma talents that people actually use. Charismatic Cast makes people charmed, and this affects how much damage they deal and how much you can do to them. Basically, it nerfs them while buffing you. These talents are pretty good, and it's very easy to charm enemies because all it takes is a single mantra hit. Anyway, even the mantras have some problems. Sing is one of the worst mantras I have ever used. On hit, it charms the enemy, and that's it. It doesn't do damage or even proc gems, it's just for charm. Like, I get it. I could be buffing my friend by hitting him with charm, but like, at that point, why wouldn't I just use reinforce? It's not very useful when charisma has a talent that makes every single mantra do this effect already. You can modify Sing to stun players that are charmed with the talent Encore, but the stun is very weak and they can swing through it. If you want to stun somebody with Sing, they must be charmed, which is already bad. You have to use this and you have to take a talent. So that's 3 different things. I'm disappointed as a solo player that I can't get much use out of charisma. It really does need more love. To bring this video full circle and put the focus back on Carlia, what's the point of talking to her and going past 75 charisma? I've looked and I've played, but there isn't much that's keeping me interested in anything over 75 charisma. Hey, but to be honest, I would get 75 charisma to see her happy. Isn't that great? Anyway, that's my thoughts on Deepwoken's charisma, and I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. Have a good one.